Hello traders, John at Stockbookie.com. Today we're looking at BABA, Tesla, Nvda, Lockheed Martin, Wynn, and US Steel. Let's look at BABA first. Stretch chart. If you're not short BABA, short it up here. We definitely are going to get a pullback on this one. We filled this gap. We filled the gap here at 98.53. It could go to the 100 even number. You do have another couple gaps here at the 105. If you short up here at 96.86, add some more at 105, and then possibly use 110 as a stop out or so. You got to use money management on stocks like this because it could go up to the moon like it did. Went up on massive volumes because of earnings, but now it's puttering out. You can't get too far stretched from the 20 MA without it coming back to the shore, we call it. It's like the ocean. Once it goes up, it's got to come back. But now looking at BABA, we had a nice push up. Nice pullback. We have an inside bar bearish pattern. Still macro bull, micro bear. But these patterns here at the highs, they tend to fail. And next thing you know, we're heading down. So we're going to keep an eye on this. In fact, let's stick a fib from here to here. So we came into the 750, bounced back up, try to recapture the 750. Actually, the 50 retrace, 50%. Now we're back to the 750, but now we're in a bearish pattern setting up to go down. So in the next couple days into next week, if the markets sell, I think BABA's going to head down. Weekly chart. We got above this pivot, but we did not confirm. I want to see it close above this green candle, and then possibly we're going to move up into this area, which is the 104.44. And then if you're not short this thing, you have to start shorting it here. Even at 100 even number, 105, you got to add more. And then let this thing play out. It will be coming down. Monthly chart. If you take a fib from the top to the bottom, we're at the 618, which is a big Fibonacci, at least for us here at Stockbookie. And this could be the end of the road. But like I said on the weekly chart, if we get to 104.45 or so, definitely short this thing. If it gets to 110, got to short it. Use this as a stop out, maybe 112 with confirmation, and then you got to step aside. But we're getting stretched here. And we're going up on earnings and hype, and BABA's going up. You know, maybe they'll name the FANG and stick a B at the end for BABA. I don't know. But I'm just saying, right now it's getting stretched. It's moving up on hype. If the SPY starts to dump, BABA's going to come straight in. Let's look at Tesla. Tesla on the daily chart, still strong. We're still above the 2 MAs, but it did come back below. We are confirmed underneath the 20. We did not recapture the 750 retrace. So, you know, it's a 50-50 shot here. But, you know, looking at this, remember this with the hype and the cars, and oh my gosh, they're building 9,000 cars a day, and it's so great, the Model 3, and then we had, boom, inside bar, and look at this collapse. Right here, everyone was upgrading it. Oh, man, this thing's ready to break out. I think I was the only one saying, short this thing, and boom, look at that short. Went all the way to 203, 204. Got the bounce. I think earnings, or maybe the car started on fire. I don't even know. Goes back up, recaptures the moving averages. Now setting up inside bar below the 20 MA. If we close below these MAs, it's gone. It's going. It's going to go right here to 208.27. Then we'll wait for pattern and see if we can fill these gaps down here and then possibly lower. Again, it's in a 50-50 shot. I'm still a little bit bearish on this one on this inside bar, but we'll see how it plays out. On the weekly, didn't tell us much other than, let's see, where did it close? 220.16, no, 225, oh no. The 20 MA is 225.13, so it did close below the 20 MA. So now we got to get to below this candle to confirm. If we hit the 50 and crack that area, we're probably going to fill this gap right around 216.84 and start to head down on Tesla. Again, making lower highs. Look at this, boom, lower high. Lower high. If this thing does go up, and if you're not in a position, then you definitely have to short up in this area, in this trend line, and just use this high pivot as a stop out. Or, I mean, go maybe half position where you can use the all-time high, and if it gets a little higher, you can always add. These are markets you have to add, and you have to use strict money management, or you're going to get creamed. Believe me. So, anyways, kind of neutral, but again, we did close below the 20. It could start heading down. Next week's going to be a really, really interesting week, especially after Options X. Let's take a look at Nvda. This one won't give up either. Well, this one they're going to take Netflix out and replace it with Nvidia, and it's going to be great. Monthly chart, we talked about this the other day, stretched. 62.37 is my area. If it gets above there, it could possibly move a little higher, maybe to 65 even number, and then 70 even number, and we'll play the even numbers like that. But when the 20 MA is at 31.39, you just cannot get your $30-something stretched from the MA, 20 MA. It's just going to end up coming in. That's it. Even on this one, the 20 MA is at 47.22 on this one. It's incredible. But again, it's going up on hype. It's the strongest name out there, and they're just getting more suckers in, and every time they get more suckers in, they're distributing in their faces and they're selling. This one's well, 7 million on the day, so it's not that light volume, but they're distributing up here slowly but surely. I mean, this thing had great earnings. Why it should be at 70 bucks right now? But again, we popped up, inside bar, popped up. I want to see it close above this bar here. If it closes above this red bar and then confirms above the all-time high, I believe we can go higher. If it does not confirm up there and we close below 60.69, we're going to fill this gap around 50.74, and we're heading right to the 20 MA, which is 58.57. If this cracks, we're going right to the 50 MA. We'll wait for setup, and we'll see if we're going to short it, or if it moves back up and retraces, then we'll short again. But this one, folks, on the monthly, no, that's no good. It's going to come back in. It might take a little time because it is a monthly time frame, but in a couple months, it's going to be lower. Let's take a look at LMT. This is another one. Everyone's getting all bullish. Oh man, it's LMT. There's wars and they're building this and it's going to be great and keeps going up. No, you know what? We have a little topping tail here, and this is a monthly on volume. If this thing closes red, it's a huge topping tail. If this thing retraces back up into the 262.63 area, use this tail as a stop out or the all-time high with confirmation and get out. Easy short. If you're not short, short up here or wait for the retrace. Use the high as a stop out and make it easy on yourself. But if we get a topping tail, we're going to wait for the retrace to the top, and then if we get back into the 263 area, you short this one with both hands. We use strict money management. You don't want anything over 10% of your total portfolio in any trade, especially in these markets. Good volume. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly chart, I still like this breakdown bar on the weekly. I mean, we engulfed almost 2 candles here. 2 weekly candles. That is bearish. It barely held the 382. If we close below this 250 area, we're heading down, straight down to 242. If that breaks, we're going right into these pivots at 234. And if that cracks, we'll wait for pattern, of course. We'll get down into the 226 area and possibly lower. Let's look at where the 20 MA is here. 214, yeah. So if these crack, we're definitely going down right into here, right into the 226 area. And maybe lower. I mean, you have these pivots here, so that's going to be some support. You have this little breakout area. So, but we'll have to play this one day by day, week by week, and see what's going on. But on this breakdown bar on the weekly, engulfing almost 2 weeks of up moves, that's bearish to me. In my opinion, of course. And let's look at Wynn. Wynn, this was just a good one. You can't ask for more. You have all these guys coming in, and you know, inside bar pattern. It comes. They're all get. Oh my gosh, here it goes. Comes right back in, retraces up to the highs. Boom, 4 days down. We had a little bit of support up in this area. Let's take a new fib down in here. This was great. We covered half of the Wynn. And let's see here. We covered at 97.16. We took the trade at 102.95. And that actually, we covered it today at 97.16. That was great. I mean, we hit the 50 MA. We almost touched the 50% retrace, and then they bounced it up a little bit. That's okay. They recaptured the 50 MA. Now we're going to wait for sideways pattern and see if we can get a down move. That's on the daily. The weekly pattern, again, nice inside bar. And what I like, we closed below this. We recaptured it. They popped it up right into this top here, and boom. That's it. Never could get above, and here we go. So if this inside bar plays out, gosh, I think we're heading to 81 bucks. I mean, we got to get through the 50 MA. this area here, 88.63, but ultimately I think we're going down to 81.30. Let's see how this plays. I mean, we are in a slightly bullish pattern up here, but I love these inside bars here. So look, it's above this area, then you just stop out here, right at 105.25 with confirmation. Easy trade. We already sold half. We have a break even in. If it gets above here, we'll see how it reacts, and we might actually add that half again and short it again. X. This was another one. Oh my gosh, everyone getting bullish again. And I think, down in here, oh, it's great. Then it was like, oh shit. And then, oh, here we go. And then it had earnings, great earnings. Oh my gosh, you got to get in the U.S. Steel. It's going higher. They hyped it. Now they're slamming it in everyone's face. What do you think everyone was doing here? If you would have bought this thing down at $6-7, if you're not selling up here on all the hype and the volume, you're a moron. This is where everyone's dumping. Well, all the small guys are buying, and all the smart money's going, thank you very much. You got to think, people, huge resistance up in here. So people who tried to go long, because it bounced, they hyped it, bounced, they hype it. Everyone who bought up here and got slapped, either they were selling down here with panic selling. I mean, look at the volume. Someone came in here and saved this thing and just pushed it up, and then CNBC caught wind of it, hyped it. Right here too. Whoever got left holding the bag here, they didn't sell down here. Right when price got up into this area, the bag holders here, they were selling. They were like, I am out of this thing. I am done. I can't take this anymore. Comes back in from the selling, then it starts moving up again on the market's moving up, and then good earnings and blah blah blah, and then oh my gosh, hype. As this thing's moving up and everyone's getting all giddy, oh, it just keeps going. We're shorting this thing. We just keep adding shorts as it's going up, and now we're in the money already. And it looks like to me we're starting to break down. Nice downward momentum, sideways for about 4 or 5 days, and boom, we close below this 50 MA. I'm thinking we're going to fill this gap right in here, right around 1910, and we could possibly move lower. We're going to see how the markets react. If the SPY and everything else starts to move down, it's over. This thing's going to crater in, and X is going to go right back down. Let me stick this in there, though. I just want to see. I don't like this upsloping trend line's a little too much for me. But, now looking at this, all right, let's do this. Let's put the fib in there. Let's add this into there. Yeah, so 750. Yeah, if this thing gets back to 1846 or so, you got this trend line. If you're short this thing from up in this area, you got to think about taking some off the table. But I still think it could possibly get to the 1652 and ultimately touch the 200 MA right at 1410. But we're going to take this thing day by day, week by week. But this breakdown bar here engulfing this whole move up, that is ugly. We are definitely going to go back to 1876. And if this area cracks, that's it. We're going straight back down. And we only made it up to this 5-0 retrace. So I'm going to stick another fib in here from this area. Let's see. That's 1438. This area here we could possibly get to. So if you're short this thing from up in this area, you got to stick with it. All the bag holders here, they're all selling. They're like, I'm taking my money. Thank you very much for getting me back here. So I really believe this thing's going straight back down. And if the markets start to dump, look out. It will. All right, guys, that's it for tonight. It's Friday. Going home. Going to enjoy the weekend. Everybody, thanks for watching my videos. Hopefully I'm helping somebody out there. We only use technical analysis here at Stockbookie.com. And again, thanks for watching. God bless. See you on the charts.